Hey everyone, this is SML Edits and welcome to a new type of video. Normally I actually don't get to hear my voice, so here's my voice, and today we're going to be doing a tier list on my favorite SML characters. Now, I just want to emphasize my favorite SML characters because obviously if you were to make the same tier list that I'm about to make, yours would probably look a lot different than mine. That's because, you have your own opinion. And I have my own opinion as well. So this is just my opinion, so you don't have to agree with me at all. So anyway, if you don't know how a tier list works, pretty much the characters that I think are the best go in the S tier, and the characters that I think are the worst go in the F tier, and then pretty much it just goes in between. And yeah, so without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so let's start off with Black Yoshi. So Black Yoshi is, I used to like him a lot, but he's kind of just the same now. He just kind of begs for money and stuff. So I'm just going to, for now, I'll put him in the C tier. He's just kind of an average character. Now, next is Bowser / Junior's dad. He's okay. I'll put him in B tier. Really the only thing he likes to do is watch like Charlie and Friends, but he's still pretty funny sometimes. And all right, now we're talking Brooklyn T guy. He's definitely going in S tier. He's probably one of my favorite characters out of everyone. All right, next is the bully character. So he's pretty good. So I'll put him in B as well. And Charlie, he hasn't really. I think he's only had like one actual video centered around him, where he was playing a character, or interacting with the other characters, not just being like in the video game or in like Charlie and Friends the movie. So I'll just put him in C tier, but I think he is worse than Black Yoshi since he hasn't really been in that many videos. And alright, next Chef Pee-Pee. Let's put him in A tier because I don't think he's good as Brooklyn guy, but he's still pretty good. Okay, Cody. I'll definitely put him in S tier because he's also a really good character. Even though he acts really weird sometimes, I still think he's a pretty good character. So, Craig, he's a good character. I think he's better than the bully and better than Bowser, but not as good as Chef Pee-Pee. So I'll put him in B tier. And I just want to mention this now after I'm done putting all the characters in. I will reorganize it and then show you all at the end what my final opinions are. Alright, next, Doofy the Dragon. So if you don't know who Doofy the Dragon is, pretty much he's an older character that was around like 2014, 2015, 2016 era of SML. And pretty much it's like Junior's favorite person to watch on TV. It's basically the Charlie, but for Bowser Jr. And he's kind of a messed up character because he would tend to kill himself in every single appearance. So, he was pretty funny, but I'll put him in B tier. I'll put him ahead of Bowser, though. Alright, next is Dr. Finkelshits. So, I think he's pretty funny as well. So, I'll put him in B tier. Alright, next is God. So, God is he's a pretty good character. So, I'll also put him in a B tier. Seems like I'm putting a bunch of characters in B. Alright, Mr. Goodman. So I think I'm in the minority here, but I don't really like Mr. Goodman because he's just really rude all the time and always just rich. Like that's his only personality trait. So I'll put him in C tier. Oh, Harry. Okay, so Harry is basically just a much worse version of Cody. Pretty much because while Chris was like quarantining himself, Harry was the replacement for Cody. So I'd say he goes in a D tier because I really don't like Harry, and I'm glad they got rid of him after they brought Cody back. Next is I think this is Hansel, or like the homeless guy. I think he's alright. Every time he makes an appearance, it's a pretty average appearance. So I'll put him in C. Alright, Jackie Chu. So I think Jackie Chu can be really funny sometimes, so I'll put him in A. Next, Jason Derulo. Well, we already know I gotta go in S tier. Alright, next we got the big man himself, Jeffy. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of Jeffy. I definitely think he's gotten better over the last few years because like he used to be very annoying and used to like swear a bunch. and obviously they can't do that anymore. But he's definitely gotten better, so I'll probably put him. I'll put him in C. All right, next is Joseph. Now Joseph can be very annoying sometimes, like especially when he gets money. Like he just acts like a jerk, and whenever he gets money. But I think he deserves being in the B tier. All right, next is Judy, or Cody's mom. Now, I think she's okay, but she's kind of creepy. Like I don't remember what video. I think it was like Bowser Jr.'s girlfriend or something, where she acted like super creepy and like in an unpleasant way. So I'll put her in C tier. Next is Junior. Junior is pretty good. Like when I started watching back in 2014, Junior used to be very annoying. Like used to basically just torture Chef Pee Pee. But he's definitely gotten a lot better over the years, so I'll put him in A tier. Alright, next is Karen, or Brooklyn Guy's wife. And now, I really don't like Karen. She's very annoying. I mean, that's kind of the point of her, that she is annoying, but I'll put her in D tier with Harry. Alright, next we have the Lone Dolphin. So, I think the Lone Dolphin's a pretty good character, so I'll put him in... let's put him in B. Alright, next we have Mario / Marvin / Jeffy's dad. So, I think... Mario is just very average. Like, he's just very average and is always annoying. So, I'll put him in C tier. Alright, next we have Richard. Now, Richard is just, like, younger Goodman, so I'll also put him in C tier, because they're basically just the same character. Ooh, next we have Principal Steinbeck. Now, if you haven't seen my Principal Steinbeck being the best SML character for 11 minutes straight video, I really like Principal Steinbeck, and I was so glad they brought him back in a recent video. I don't remember what it was called, but I know they brought him back in a recent video, and I was super surprised. I thought he was a dead character because he hasn't been in a video for like 3 years now. So I'm really glad they brought him back. So I'm putting him in S tier. Alright, next we have Rose. I hate Rose. Next we have Screwball. Now Screwball is... I really like Screwball, so I'll put him in the A tier. He doesn't really appear that much in videos, but I still think he deserves being in A tier. Alright, next we have Shrek. Now Shrek hasn't been in a video in... what? It's probably been like almost 3 years now that he hasn't been in a video. And now they probably are not going to use him anymore because, you know, he's not an original character. But I think he is a pretty good character, so I'll put him in the S tier as well. Alright, next we have Toad / Todd / Lil T, or whatever they called him in one of those recent videos. I think he's a pretty okay character, but I think he's better than all the characters in the C tier, so I'll put him in B. Alright, and last but certainly not least, we have Tyrone. Now, Tyrone he's pretty average, so I'll just put him in C tier. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is reorganize the characters, and I'll be back in a little bit. Alright, I organized all the characters, so let's go through them all. So, in the E tier, in dead last is Rose. In the D tier, we have Karen and Harry. In the C tier, we have Marvin, the homeless guy, Tyrone, Judith, Jeffy, Charlie, Black Yoshi, Richard, and Goodman. Alright, in the B tier, we have Bully, Toad, Lone Dolphin, God, Bowser, Dr. Finkelshitz, Doofy the Dragon, Craig, and Joseph. In the A tier, we have Junior, Screwball, Jackie Chu, and Chef Pee Pee. Finally, in the S tier, we have Jason Derulo, Shrek, Cody, Brooklyn Guy, and Principal Steinbeck. Alright, here was my SML tier list. Now, I hope you all enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.